G'day, I'm Brian Smith and welcome to my Boots on the Ground business tip for today. This one's a beauty. This is one I've learned over 25 years of starting businesses, and there's one theme that I've noticed throughout every single one, and I've used the words, or I've coined the phrase, you can't give birth to adults. And it's really, really simple when you think about it. Just like an infant, it came together from conception and then birth. And then it became, it goes through that infancy period where, it just lies there and there's no amount of feeding and there's no amount of cajoling or rocking the cradle. The baby cannot get up and go to college. It just has to lie there and be an infant. And so a lot of you are going to be in this infancy stage of your business, and that is the most trying type period of every business, and that's where most people give up. But when you get through that infancy, you're going to hit a really great stage called toddling, and this is when the little baby gets his first legs, and it's a very dangerous period because you can't take your eyes off the baby for any time at all. In your business, it'll be like customers are finally taking interest and people from all over the place are going to want a piece of it, and you're not ready for where it's going, but that's the fun part. And then as that matures, you get into what I call the youth. And boy, this is the best period of all, because if you can imagine when a kid's old enough to put his own clothes on, eat food at the table, clean her teeth, all these things that have been such a problem in the growth stages, now it's really easy. And for a business, that's when the orders are coming in consistently, the production's working, the billing's working, the shipping's working, the sales force is all clean, and everything is synced and working together. I think if 90% of people, that stay in that phase, they're the happy ones because life is predictable and business is good. But if it's a really, really good product or a really, really good movement, it's going to hit the teenage stage. And this is when all bets are off. Parties are everywhere. You want to be all part of every party. It's just one of those dangerous phases that if you just get sucked into it, there's a good chance you'll lose your focus and lose the business. I know I went close a couple of times during that period because UGG became so big so fast in the 90s that it was a true teenager. But then eventually the controls come in, you figure out how to handle the purchasing, and you figure out just all the basic day-to-day control operations that make things predictable. And usually that's when I've lost interest by then. I'm off to the next startup because I'm not a really good person to work under controls. And if you're a true entrepreneur, you'll probably be the same. So I just want to let you know that give some thought to where you are in this cycle. If you're in the infancy stage, just know that the only way for a tadpole to become a frog is to live every day as a tadpole. And eventually it'll start to move to where you feel that you really have a viable business. If you're in the youth, love it. If you're in the teenage, be careful. And if you still haven't conceived of that business, there's plenty of time to do it, plenty of room in the marketplace for another great idea. So I urge you to conceive and take some action that gives birth. So I hope you enjoyed today's tip. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.